Hello and welcome to my latest property market report. Today I'm in my London office in Fulham Reach. It's a typical lovely day here in London, nice and grey, but at least there's no rain. But in all seriousness, while the weather may be gloomy, we're now seeing a much more positive outlook when it comes to the London property market. Halifax, the UK's largest mortgage lender, just reported that house price increases in January were the highest for a year, thanks to mortgage rates continuing to ease. A typical UK home now costs an average of £291,029. That's up 2.5% since January 2023. Meanwhile, Nationwide agreed that the outlook for UK housing market is more positive now due to mortgage rates continuing to go down, reporting that our average UK house prices increased by 0.7% in January. And there's more good news too. Firstly, interest rates. The Bank of England kept the interest rate, the base rate, at 5.25% in February for the fourth consecutive month. This is really stabilising the property market in London, giving buyers much more confidence. Then there's inflation, which continues to fall. And finally, unemployment. Employment levels are at an all-time high. These positive economic factors are prompting many to speculate when rates could fall further. We're already seeing mortgage rates below 4%. In fact, myself, I bought a property just last month and the rate I got was 3.9%, and that's on buy-to-let. I held off recording this report this month as I was anticipating a really exciting budget yesterday, but sadly the Chancellor chose not to comply. He did very little for us property investors. There was a real mixed bag. The key news that will interest you all was a 4% cut in capital gains tax on property from 28 to 24%. The substantial £242 million investment into East London is also great news and will drive up sales prices and rentals prices there. So good news for anybody who owns in Canary Wharf and leaves opportunities for those people looking to invest there. A less favourable announcement was the multiple dwelling stamp duty relief, which was introduced for those buying more than one property in a single transaction. That's been cancelled. The budget, especially now we're in a general election year, contained plenty of feel-good announcements, but nothing that particularly good for us property investors, really. National insurance contributions were reduced for most working adults, and there were investments into the NHS, schools and regional projects. I just finished our post-budget webinar with Richard Donnell, who's one of the UK's most highly regarded housing analysts. He reinforced London's desirability as an investment destination, strong employment, growth has driven demand for housing. International travel is back to 95% of pre-pandemic levels, and tourism has rebounded strongly. Plus, we've seen a 30% plus growth in private rents since 2021. Richard agrees with me that today London is better value for money than it's been in more than a decade. Here at Benham & Reeves, we're already seeing the positive impact on the London property market. With greater supply, greater stability, bar demand is picking up, inquiry levels are increasing, and we're now receiving new instructions daily. So, if you're planning to buy in London, do get in touch. You'll be surprised what we've got on offer. We've got some exciting news from all our 14 overseas branches this month too. They've been super busy with property events and launches. Our property showcase with Barratt in Dubai and India were very successful, showing continuing demand there for London property. Our launch for the regeneration project Bow Green in East London by Barclay in both Hong Kong and Bangkok was surprisingly successful. Happy to know, or to let you know, that Benham sold them more than any other Hong Kong agent or any other Thai agent. Each of our launches in Malaysia and Singapore were also well attended, and we saw a great deal of success. The property show in Istanbul that I attended with Berkeley Group was the busiest I've ever seen for a very long time. Over 1,300 people registered. This all proves that the appetite for investing in London remains super strong. Of course, if you missed any of these events, do get in touch to find out about the current investment opportunities we've got. We really do have some fantastic deals. Later in March, as part of our partnership with Barratt London, we're holding events in Delhi and Mumbai to showcase some of their new developments. Hayes Village in Springfield Place in Tooting, Ridgeway Views in Mill Hill, all of which offer very strong rental yields of as high as 6%. I know I seem to say this every month, but we continue to expand. And yet again, we finally opened a new office in Jakarta run by Alia Wahid. We've got a growing client base in Indonesia, and our team is so well placed to provide a comprehensive property services to any of our clients there. Now let's look at the all-exciting London rental market. Well, demand continues to be strong, although there is some stabilising going on with rental increases continuing, but not at the same level as last year. We're still running at over 30 applicants for every available property, but this is down from the numbers we were seeing last year. Against that, we see rental stock levels improving due to so many new developments completing across London. I can't list them all for you now, as there are really so many 30 new developments or new phases completing in the first quarter of this year alone. But my standout ones are White City Living in Shepherd's Bush, One Thames City in Nine Elms, The Ark in Shoreditch, Fulham Reach in Hammersmith, where I am now, Postmark in the City, the Green Quarter in Southall, where I already own. It's great to see such high quality homes completing and coming on the rental market. As such, my prediction is that this year we'll see rent increases, but at 5%, which is still inflation busting. And with 21 high street branches across London, wherever you invest, supported by our 14 fully staffed overseas branches, you can be sure we'll be on hand to give you help and professional advice. So if you're completing soon or about to renew your tenancy, please get in touch and let us surprise you with just how much rent we can get for you. So I'll be back next month with my next property report.